Hello, hello, hello. I got my ocean rock and I want to talk about interaction of people. We have two types of assertive interaction, just to use that word rather loosely. So we have warfare on one end and we have interception on the other. What is warfare? I think I should explain this to people because I see in comments, I see that most people don't really know which one is which and whether there are differences and what warfare actually means. Okay. Warfare is a person or a group going against a person or a group, a nation against a nation, as an aggressor, as someone who starts a fight, as someone who invades, as someone who wants to take over, as someone who wants to dominate, and as a nation or person or group who wants to become a dictatorship, a dictator over the other. Okay, that's war. That's warfare. Okay. On the other hand, we have interception. Interception comes from, inter, like intervening. Okay. So I don't know where the word ception comes from. Conception, ception, coming into existence or something like this. So maybe from pulling or from some sort of like the word intervene or doing something to something. Going in between, going into a situation. Okay. And it is going into a situation in order to help. Okay. That's what interception means. Okay. Sea Shepherd Conservation Society has intercepted in the Arctic refuge, the Arctic Circle, the Antarctic Circle, but all over the world in the Arctic Circle too. Mainly the Antarctic Whale Sanctuary, which is a name that has never been obeyed, okay, that has never been enforced by anyone except for Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, a non-profit organization. Those were the only people who were willing to risk their lives to save the whales from Japanese whale hunters and other people who went there to hunt whales, harpoon whales, which is the most cruel thing in the world. They went there, they risked their lives. Okay, that's interception. Okay. That's an emergency situation, that is self-defense, and that is the defense of other living beings. That's interception. Okay. So let's look at the whole global picture and let's look at all these different examples of interception. So protecting the whales, that's the most important one. The most important interception there is. People would go to Taiji, Japan, to protect the dolphins in the Taiji dolphin coves, where the dolphins are migrating to these areas, and the Japanese fishermen and whale hunters go there, and they, with their boats, they force the dolphins into those coves it's a like a like an enclosed harbor, that has, it's like a golf situation, but smaller. It's like an enclosed harbor type of situation from the landscape itself. And they use that to force the dolphins in there, and then they guard the entrance back to the ocean. And the dolphins are in there in a panic, and they slaughter the dolphins there. And it's absolutely horrific. It's a horrific bloodbath, horrific suffering. I said before, whales and dolphins have an even higher, more complex sentience than humans and the land animals. Okay? They're very evolved. They evolved for more than 1 million years more than the land animals here on Earth. Okay? So there was a dramatic evolution, and they have evolved very, very, very far with an unbelievable brain, with incredible sense perception. And can you imagine how sensitive they are to pain and what that does? What kind of stress that causes? As I said before, they have torn an albino baby away from her mother. That put the mother into a state of shock. And she stopped breathing, as I sometimes forget to breathe when I'm in too much grief. Okay, I have to mechanically remind myself to breathe. Like, oh gosh, that's why I make these breathing exercises, And I'm not the only one. I know there are many other people, particularly we women, have a strong mother instinct, a real strong mother instinct. Men have it too. Some men have it too. Straight men too. And and I love those, So mother instinct doesn't only pertain to women. I just want to say this right up front before people run away with it and mix it into their neurotic associations again. Many women have this very, very strongly because that is the natural protective sense to protect an innocent being. Okay. And I suffer with those beings, and then I have to remind myself to breathe. All of this is horrific. Okay. So what the whale hunters do to the animals is warfare. That's war. That's an aggressive, unethical, and cruel act. Okay. When animal rights people go there to protect the dolphins, they intercept, however mildly, without weapons. They go there with a Buddha mind, and they just lay their bodies as a living shield over the animals. Okay. A handful of people have done this throughout history. Friedrich Nietzsche has done that. He protected a horse with his body as a living shield. This is very rare. Okay, so it's throughout the last 100 years, it has become a little bit more frequent, but just a little bit more. Unfortunately, I want the whole world to feel this way. So, but it has also picked up a little bit of a fashion trend throughout the years, and even if it's just a fashion trend, which is of course not the right motivation, that's still the better fashion trend than any other fashion trend out there. So let's embrace that. But I want people to meditate and feel the other living being. Okay, really feel the other living being. And when you go into meditation, you open your gates in your brain, your emotional gates. Okay, you sensitize yourself again. Okay, and you undo the desensitization. It's a difficult word. The numbing that a lot of people are experiencing in the world because they had childhood trauma and their brains go into a numb state where they don't feel compassion, where they don't feel anything. Okay, and that just makes the world even worse. Okay, but they don't know. They're unaware that they're with this numb state contributing to making the world worse, because it's anything from just obliviousness and numbness and lack of caring to violent people who act out, and then the people who are numb, they don't care whether other people act out violently or not. And that makes the world worse. I want people to know this. So the people who go there to Taiji to protect the dolphins, they're intercepting, they're protecting them, okay? And if a militia went there, armed people, if they went there to Taiji and if they protected the dolphins, that would also be interception, okay? That would be a more aggressive interception with weapons, of course. But I don't call those aggressors. They are the defenders. Okay, I hope this makes it very clear now what I'm explaining here. What's happening in Portland is there are organized crime rings that they go through many instances. So the one on the bottom is the Muslim agenda. Okay. They want to eliminate all non-Muslims, and the way they do it, they use black people and anyone who is willing to help them to kill white people. So that is because the black people that they're using, they want to kill white people. This is a fact. I'm not making this up. Okay. So they use the black hate groups. The Muslim agenda uses they use them like pawns. They use the black hate groups that want to kill white people to get started. So they think that is their first move. Okay. Once they're finished with the white people, they will also kill those pawns that they used. Okay. They'll kill anyone who's not conforming to Islam. Okay. I'm just laying this out there for you because I've studied this now in depth. Okay. This is what's happening. It's not a good situation at all. Okay. So what they're doing is, that's warfare. That's full force warfare. They want to dominate. They want to become dictators. Okay. And the people who defend their communities, those are the protectors. Those are the ones that intercept. Okay. I hope I made this very clear now with these examples. So I am on the side of the people who intercept, and I would do this myself. And I would fight all the way to the bone if I had to. Okay, so you guys take care.